Welcome to Raw Talent. Welcome to Raw Talent with your host, Miss Tink. Welcome to Raw Talent. Who is Keyon Smith?
Keyon Smith is a kid from Richmond, Virginia. Grew up on the east side, graduated from College Springs High School. Involved in the community, played sports, baseball, went to college for that. Graduated from Claflin University in 2021, December. Now I'm coaching and teaching and things I wouldn't think I'd be doing today.
Why you say you wouldn't think you'd be doing it?
Cause like I hate school. It was just like I knew teaching was just like never gonna be me.
Well, I guess that make you a good person to encourage others if you hated school and then you're...
I mean, yeah, I guess they do help because like a lot of the teachers do be like, them kids a handful, but to me it's just like I understand it, so it's like I ain't even gonna be hard on them. Like, why make it harder, you know?
Right. Did you make it hard for the teachers when you was growing up? Oh yeah.
That's where my coach drag came from. That's where my coach drag came from. I went to Hollis Elementary School and Fairfield Middle School, and I gave them like straight trouble like every year. Like it was bad. Like one year it was in I think fifth grade. It was me and three other people. We used to have 10 stickers on our desk. If we get more than 7 taken away, we couldn't play basketball at the end of the week. Like, we was that bad. And so then like I just like, man, I gotta get back to them. So coach that.
Do they remember the shit that you did? They do.
They see me to this day, or my mama to this day, just like, oh Lord, they gonna miss Smith.
Oh.
Miss Smith, like so. Yeah, they remember, but they all proud of me. They say so.
Good. The bad turned to good. At least it wasn't the other way around. Like you was good in school, and then when you got older, it was worse because then it come with huge consequences. You know what I'm saying?
And it wasn't like I was really just like bad. It was just I used to do dumb stuff. Like I had to have the last word, or
typical kid.
Yeah, like or knowing like the teacher gonna win. At the end of the day, I'm still gonna try to win. Like you know, it was just,
what your mama felt about that?
That belt, growing up, that belt. But I mean, like now, like she told me before, like you changed. It was like ninth grade. It was like a sudden change happened. I don't know what it was, but she's proud of it.
So what flipped the switch?
Honestly, I really don't know. It's just like one day I woke up and it was just like, I gotta do better. And then, well, no, honestly, I'm gonna tell you what it was. I got in trouble one day and it was like the third time that week, but my dad had came and got me this time. And like normally he don't never say nothing. Like, so whenever he mad, it's like, you know, you done did something. So like, I think that talk and that whipping right there was and it was just like, I mean, yeah, I made mom mad. That's over and over. But like when dad got mad, it was just, I don't know, it was a different.
Why is that?
I don't know.
Because in children, that really is what it is. Like, you know, we got a 4-year-old, you know, and I can fuss all day long. He come in, hey, and shut down.
I think that's the thing right there because like mom gonna always fuss and still, you know, tell us over and over. But like pops don't say much. But when he do say something, we know like, all right, we got.
So us women need to be quieter.
I wouldn't say
duly noted.
I wouldn't say that. But just like don't say as much.
Dial it back a little bit.
Yeah, don't say as much. Like, yeah, that's the difference.
So what is overlooked?
Overlooked, man. So it's just like something we go back. Well, I started it back in high school when I was playing baseball. I really felt like I was overlooked because I went to Highland Springs High School and played baseball for them, which wasn't a great program. And so
the baseball program,
baseball
I about to go to the school.
No,
great,
the school
right?
good. Yeah, the school good. I'm talking about baseball itself. Like, don't get me wrong, we had good coaches and stuff, but it's just like we won't win it, so we won't, you know, looked at. And I knew other kids in the district who was getting offers and stuff from these schools, and I'm like, I know I'm better than them. In the summertime, I'm dominating them, you know. Or when we play them, I'm dominating them. But me over here, I'm still waiting on my junior year with no offers.
So why were y'all losing
then? It's really hard because, like, if you looked at the records and stuff, it's just like we ain't had no good team. But to me, I think we really had the teams. I don't know what it was, honestly. Like, we just couldn't win. But whenever we played, like, the good schools, we will be winning and then end up losing, you know, or something like that. So I don't know what was the difference with it. I don't know. But, like, overlook came from, like, that. It's just, like, I'm him, so I know I'm that guy when it comes to baseball, but y'all overlooking me, so... You know, that's what it was.
So how did you start that in high school?
It was me and a couple of my friends. all felt the same way when we were good, and so it was just like, let's take this and run with it. Like everybody got their little group, so it was just like that was our thing right there, and it was just like, I'm gonna take this thing and run with it because it can be more than sports. And so I just started it up, and it was first thing was a white T-shirt with Overlook. It was just a word with the eyeballs in there, and it just took off from there.
So what did y'all do in high school to enforce Overlook?
Well, honestly, we ain't do much though. Like I think that's what like I messed up at. What we messed up at, we did a little bit right then and there, but then like after a while, it died down a little bit, and then it just kept on. The same cycle happened when I went off to college, and then like I was supposed to drop it the first year, but then to me it was a timing thing. Like I didn't want to drop
That's
it too
important,
early. Yeah,
though.
like I didn't want to drop it too early or drop it too late. So it was just like every time I was ready to drop, it was like, it's not it yet. It's not the right time. So like, but ever since I started coaching, it's just been like that time is almost here. Like so, just be ready. So that's.
So do you coach like leagues?
Yeah, well I coach I'm the head baseball coach at Colonial Heights Middle School. And I'm a coach with the Richmond Hornets. Well, Hitters Count Hornets now. We switched names. I also coach Pee Wee basketball. We actually got a game later on today. Like I do a whole lot of stuff, like all over the place.
Basketball and baseball. So you like? Baseball. Did you play football too?
I played football for fun, but I played like for a summer with the high school for a little bit. But I also coached the flag women's football team with a bunch of women who never played football before.
Yeah, and, I was there.
Yeah. And like it was crazy because like for a person who never played football, and I coached my pops too. Like he never played football, and like we coached it and didn't give up no first downs, no touchdowns the entire day.
Let me tell you something. It's a difference between being in it and being a spectator. And let me tell you how I was standing beside you because I was doing photography that day, and I was standing beside you and not knowing, I didn't know who you were, you didn't know who I was, but when I tell you, I was like, oh, he's in this. They call him plays. This is a fundraiser. Like they didn't really, build a team, and I would have thought that y'all were like a regular league. You know what I'm saying?
A lot of people thought that like other teams came up to us like, Coach, man, where y'all play? I'm like, this is a bunch of dance mom and coaches, like.
But you know they have real women's leagues,
we know that. Like we knew that now, but like at the time it was just like it was hard to find. But nobody was thinking of that. It was just something like actually I was supposed to officiate. I was supposed to officiate in there.
Well, you could have did that too, because I'm telling you.
Like, I was supposed to do that, but then I was just like, we try to get a team together.
Shoot, you was like, I'm telling you, it was just, I can't even put it into words, but it was just so aggressive, and I was just like, oh my God, he is really into this, and the players had the same energy, and they left it all on the field. Like seriously, they did.
Was because like we practiced, I think we practiced maybe like 8 times, and
that's not a lot, though.
It wasn't a lot.
Not to play against multiple teams too.
And that's if we practiced 8 times. Like, and we never had a practice where it was a full team there. That was the first day the full team.
You wouldn't have known that.
And so like, and during the first practice, it went from they didn't know how to throw the ball, catch the ball, they were scared of the ball. By the third, fourth practice, we out there. I'm calling head diva. They know what it is. Like
because them names, I was like, did he call a play?
Yeah, we had like 6 or 7 plays. They was flipping through the playbook.
And I'm not down to other teams, but it just you could see that they followed your leadership and they had team cohesiveness on the field. You know what I'm saying? I mean, y'all had a banner. Y'all had smoke. You know what I'm saying? Y'all had, these women had on face paint, and their uniforms was like uniforms. You know what I'm saying?
Big tent was,
I saw y'all holding up. I got some pictures. You know what I'm saying?
Had food, everything.
Yeah, I was like, oh, this is too real. You know what I'm saying? And some of the players was mad on the opposing teams, like, they was turning them up on the field. I was like, oh, okay.
We was tough.
That was dope. It was entertaining though. I felt like I was at an actual game. You know what I'm saying? Not just a charity event. You know what I'm saying? It felt bigger than that. I think you should keep going with it.
I want
even if it's just for charity events. You know what I'm saying?
And I would like to do that, like, for real, because there's not a lot of stuff for women to do out here. Like, especially kids. Like, growing up, my sister was always with me. And my cousin, she was my age, though, so it was like they were just always with us.
Yeah.
They didn't really have much to do. So, like, now you got, like, the dance world is coming popular. Cheerleading is, I wouldn't say it's dying down, but, it's just a different era now. Yeah. But, like, women want to do more of a, I'm not saying guy things, but guy things, because you have women who can compete with guys in sports. And or you can coach them to that point. Like I said, it was some of them players on my team that never played a sport, uncoordinated.
The problem gonna come in, you ain't gonna be able to coach multiple teams. So when you get them other teams, they're gonna be like, I want Coach Keyon.
No.
You gonna be like, I'm already taken.
Stay on my team. Stay on my
You know what I'm
team.
saying? Because there's a lot of different things that y'all could do charity events
Yeah.
for and do that same thing because the turnout was just,
Yeah, and it was a
you know,
lot
immaculate.
of people. It
Yeah.
was a lot of people. Like I ain't think it was gonna be that big of a turnout, but it was a lot.
Me neither. Trust me, I was taking pictures of everything. Now, I had to cover the whole from the beginning to the end. You know
like
what I'm
when I
saying?
walked around the backside, it was like 100 more people.
Yeah.
It was like yeah.
You know, you thought it stopped at one point, and
Yeah,
you know what I'm
like the
saying? You
parking
kept
lot
going. You
still
like,
had people in there,
the
everything.
parking
I know
lot of the
Hardee's
parking
made
lot.
money.
Right.
Hardee's had to make money. that day.
Definitely.
Like, it was
Definitely.
crazy.
If y'all don't know what we talk about, it was a breast cancer awareness charity football game, and it was amazing. So can't wait till that come back around because that was dope.
Overlook ready to win the championship again. Calling it now.
So how has baseball changed your life?
Baseball saved me and hurt me. I'm gonna be honest with you, cause like baseball was my number one thing. I didn't care if I was breathing or not. I wanted to be around baseball. I wanted to play baseball.
When did you start feeling it though?
This was like 3 years, 4 years old. Like I was young.
Oh, so
Yeah.
you've been wanting baseball
I
your
was
whole life.
young. Like I barely played other sports because of baseball. Like, and so baseball, growing up as a kid, yeah, it was fun because I was good. I didn't have to be like I ain't gonna say I had to be coached like that, but I was a majority of like ahead of my age group. I would always play up and stuff. So like it was fun because it was just competitive. And then like where it started hurting me at was like I'm gonna say sophomore year, because that's when I really took it serious. Like I didn't know nothing about college baseball growing up. Like I just knew I liked UNC baseball, but I never knew it was college baseball until like I'm like, man, I'm ready to graduate in 2 years. So like, what I'm gonna do? Like baseball almost over. So then that's when I learned about the college baseball thing. And so like after my like midway through sophomore year, it was like I ain't got no offers. Like so it was just starting to hurt me at that point. And then I think like my sophomore season at the beginning, I wasn't hitting the ball at all. Like I was just striking out like bad. And so coming off of like an okay freshman year, it was just hurting me because like I know I'm better than this. And so then like the scouts won't talking to me, the coaches won't calling me back, nothing like that. So I'm just like maybe it's not baseball. Then like after going through it, sticking with it, my junior year, got my first call from a coach and it picked up then. Went to college for college. It was fun. My freshman year was like the funnest year, to be honest, because it was like I had not just 2 coaches. I had 20-some coaches because all my teammates were coaches.
Oh, okay.
Like they was older than me, and it was just like as soon as I walked on the field, it was just love from first day. And so like whenever I was doing something wrong, they would really snatch me up. Like we had that type of bond. They would snatch me up and like tighten up, get in line. Like, and so that's when I started finding the love for it again. But like after my freshman year, that love and all that ain't been there since then.
With the people?
With just baseball, period. Because like I think it was because of them.
Yeah.
And like after that, it was just never the same feeling again. Like it was just like, dang, this ain't.
Were them same people not there?
A lot of them graduated. We had a few of them still, but it was just like you gotta grow a bond with the whole new
Yeah.
people. And like that team.
And that ain't easy.
Yeah, it's not easy. It's not, especially because like around that time, that's when like that fake wave came around.
Yeah.
So it was just like I couldn't
Not when the fake wave came around.
I'm gonna be honest, that's when it happened though. So like around that time, man,
it wasn't a storm.
I mean, it felt like it the way they came in. Like it was just crazy because like you can be cool with somebody today and then go to practice with them later on. Then next thing you know, tomorrow they tell them
They got a problem.
Yeah, something like that. Like it just be crazy. So like
where'd it come from?
it's I don't know. Like so after then, it was just like I was trying to find that love again. So I stopped focusing on me trying to do whatever I wanted to do or like how great I wanted to be to get the team to come together. That's all I cared about. And it didn't work like that because we were still arguing, we were still going back and forth, still doing this and that. And so and then my junior year, I think it was right there because we kind of had the same team for my sophomore year. It was kind of like right there, then COVID came and just shut everything down. So it was just like.
So you didn't even get to finish?
Nah, and that was really like, I'm gonna be honest, that was draft year. Like I was going crazy that year.
I was about to ask you that, like, why you ain't aim to go pro?
Man,
you know what I'm saying?
That was the year right there. Like, and I had interest in everything from pros, but like it's just COVID killed everything.
So the interest couldn't drive it any further being a COVID hit?
It was hard because the next year the draft was shortened to like 10 rounds, I think.
Oh, okay.
And so it was like they're not gonna come to D2, whatever. They got all these D1 guys or the bench D1 guys. So it was just hard. And like being that like my freshman year wasn't bad, but I had too many strikeouts. Then my sophomore year I cut down on the strike, kept going like that. And so when I transferred off after that, I went to Claflin And when I went there, it was just like, again, the same thing my sophomore year again. We got to find this team. It was too many.
Get that cohesiveness.
Yeah, and so, like, I lost myself. My first week, my first series out there, I went crazy. Like, almost hit for the cycle and everything. And then, like, I saw that the team could be good because we still lost. And it was just like, all right, I'm going to be that guy to, come in. But I didn't want to say too much because I was the new guy on the block.
Right.
But it was just like,
then they'd be like, oh, he cocky.
yeah, and it wasn't even that. It was just the fact that I wanted people, like, to bat in. Like, my homeboys, Trey, Rod, KB, like, all of us, we really was like, the team could be something, but it's just like, nobody's seeing the picture. They just looking at it right now. Oh, today we're going to have fun at practice.
Right.
Like, no, we need to worry about 6 weeks down the line. Like, we could be in playoffs.
Yeah.
So it was just like, I lost
everybody focus on the same.
It won't focus on the right things, like. And so when I lost myself trying to get the team to come together and, all this and that, it was just like some horrible season and it was going away. So I was just almost like, one day I had like 6 strikeouts in one game. That's called the Golden Sombrero. Like, I never had that done. I called my mama right after that game, in between games, was like, I'm done baseball. But like, she calmed me down and like, I think the next game I ended up sitting that game. But the game after that, I came out my slump. But it was just like, okay, I found it again, but that love still wasn't there no more.
Because you've been through so much, maybe?
I think it was, I've been through so much, and it was just like, I gave this game all my love, and I'm not getting rewarded for it. You know what I'm saying? So, like, not saying that I'm not going to be able to go pro, because I still have pro interest to this day. Like, but it's just like...
So why haven't you tapped in?
My thing is, like, the love I got for coaching now is the love I was looking for.
Oh, okay.
So it's like... I'm at the point right now where it's just like, am I done with it? Or is it just going to be like one more chance?
I mean, I feel like everybody got a calling. So maybe your calling was to pour that same love into other people and mold these teams and individuals to be able to face those situations without folding. You know what I'm saying? Because what if it's another kid that's dealing with that same exact situation? Do you think you can see them through that?
Yeah, well, I know I can get them through it because, like, I done been through the
So you're a coach and a mentor.
Yeah, like, actually one of my students, because I also I'm a substitute at Colonial Heights Middle School, and one of my students asked me to be their mentor. Like, just because, like, I know I can understand kids differently. Like, I'm not just going to be in there and just yelling at you because you up and running around. It's Friday, the last class of the day.
Right.
You turned up, like, so I understand kids different. So I think my calling is, like, teaching or, like, coaching or something. I don't know. It's still hard to, have a debate if you're done with your sport. But
so what is your favorite part about baseball?
My favorite part, like playing or coaching?
You can give me both.
All right, playing, my favorite part about playing is the struggle. Because you really find out who you are when you struggle. Mm-hmm. Baseball is, like, designed for you to fail. Just the philosophy of baseball is square the ball up, but you got a round bat and a round ball. So, like, it's designed for you to fail. Then you think about when you're hitting, you're by yourself. You got to hit the ball between 8 other guys. Like, it's a whole lot of going on. And so, like, 3 times out of 10, that's Hall of Fame status. So, like, people try to work to be 10 out of 10, but when all you got to do is hit 3 times. So it's the struggle in that I think that's my favorite part as a player. Then coaching-wise, I think my favorite part of it is just seeing the kids develop and, like, have fun. Like, I love seeing that smile I had when I was having fun with baseball. And, like, I want that to continue for them. I don't want it to stop like it did for me. So I think that's my favorite part about it.
So in the community, like, say somebody playing for rec or, like low income families. Mm-hmm. Let's look there, you know what I'm saying? And a single father can't afford to get the child training, but they have the same drive that you had as a child. Like, is it any programs you have associated with Overlook that they can enter into in order to be able to get that child help, or,
So I also coach with Hitters Count Hornets. That's over there by the airport. We are basically like, that's really what we started for. We want to get the low income kids, whatever the situation may be. And yes, we have our prices, but we also will negotiate with every kid and every family. Like, we're not just going to turn you away because, you don't have money.
It.
Yeah, because, like, that can lead to something different.
Yeah.
Like, no, we don't want that. We want you to come to
Especially for our young black men.
Exactly.
That's why I asked that question. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of times, like, even with the teenagers, where, I know, like, after COVID, you're looking for stuff for them to do. To keep their minds occupied and keep them out of the shit you don't want them in. You know what I'm saying? And then it's like, oh, well, once they hit 12, 13, it's like, ain't no programs.
It's kind of too late then to me. Like, personally, I think it's kind of too late at 12 or 13. You're trying to figure out what your kid gonna do. Like, I think growing up, you should already be testing this and out, testing this and out. So like
Yeah.
when they get to that age, it's not trying to find something to do, because then they gonna explore the stuff that you're trying to keep them away from at that age. Because like some of the other kids that they hang with didn't have that same guidance. So like I think you got to start the kid at a young age. So at that time, you can put your first foot forward, like what they want to do.
Understandable. And keep them in it.
Yeah.
Stay on them.
Mhm.
So if you couldn't do baseball, what would you have done?
If it wasn't baseball, I got a love for graphic design. I do that. Like, if I would have put that love that I have for baseball into that, I don't know what I'd be doing right now. But like, I also like leading like businesses and stuff like that. I'm all over the place with it. So
I mean, that don't sound like, it sounds like hand in hand.
yeah, like
you know what I'm saying?
I just want to be involved with.
Even with baseball, you need graphic designs because you got uniforms, you got marketing and promotion, and you know what I'm saying. So
and that's another thing I'm good into, like marketing and stuff. Like I love that.
There you go. I think you need to teach the youth that too. You know what I'm saying? They need to, because as an athlete, you got to market and promote yourself.
Yep, that's true.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just like one hand washes the other. You know what I'm saying? Look at it like that. You know what I'm saying? Who is your biggest influence?
My biggest influence, nobody know this question, I don't think, but it's my dad, honestly.
Really? He played baseball too?
Nah.
Oh, okay.
Like, my dad that man turned his life around. Like, it was at a point where he did get incarcerated or whatever, but when he came back, he was just like full shift, and it just told me, like, that showed me it can get better. Whatever you go through, it can get better. Like, I had an accident back in like June, and it was bad.
June of last year?
June of last year.
Okay.
Like, it was bad. Like,
what happened?
Honestly, I wasn't supposed to be here. I fell asleep behind the wheel. We was in Charlotte, North Carolina, partying for my birthday, my homeboy birthday, and I thought I was fine the next morning. On the way home, fell asleep. Ran off the road, hit a tree. Like, dodged two of them, hit the big tree.
Oh my!
Like, it was bad, but I got up and walked away from it.
Thank God you're still here.
Yeah, like I got up and walked away from it, and then like the first person I just wanted to talk to was my dad. I just wanted to hear his voice, and it's crazy because normally growing up I'm a mama's boy, but it's just like now that I'm an adult, my bond.
People don't admit that. You know that, right?
Yeah, I know that.
I'm a mama's boy. People don't admit that.
I know that now. Like, I'm gonna be honest with it.
We just had a conversation on a round table about mama's boys the other day. That's why it was just funny that you said it.
I'm gonna admit it though. Like, I was a mama's boy growing up. Like, but like it's just like since I'm an adult, I guess like my dad he ain't gonna say he could talk to me differently now because like he never sugarcoated anything. But it was just like it's a different bond now, and so like,
I mean, y'all more man to man. You got more,
like now it's like I'm not gonna say we homeboys, but like now it's like nah, that's my boy now, and so
ain't no wrong with that.
Yeah, like my biggest influence is like my.
Well, I was a daddy's girl. My dad was my best friend, so I talked to him about stuff that I didn't talk to other people about, and he would be like, "Oh, all right,"
And like the main thing like I like about him, what I love about him is just like he tell me when I'm wrong.
You need that though,
and
especially in the world where what you said, the fake wave.
Yeah, yeah. But like, he tell me when I'm wrong though. It's like it don't matter if right or wrong, he still gonna have my back, but he gonna sit right there and tell me like, you need to tighten up, like you need to like. So like that's my number one thing about him though. Like,
that's a good trait to have though. You really do need that, because how you gonna correct your wrongs if you don't know you're wrong, or you thinking, you know what I'm saying?
You thinking you're right all the time.
Yeah, I was sometimes you just need another perspective. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't look at it like that. You know what I'm saying? So how was baseball for you growing up in Richmond? Because I know as I consider cheerleading an athletic sport. Why are you laughing? I feel like you're coming for me right now.
I feel like competitive cheering is a sport. Cheerleading is not a sport, but
what?
Competitive
Don't
cheering?
we got to work out as cheerleaders?
That's not.
And we compete when we have the other cheerleaders on the other side.
But y'all not competing. They're out there for the basketball game, keep the crowd into it. You know what I'm saying?
Is that what we're there for? We're there to cheer the team on.
Yeah, but
we're not there to entertain the crowd.
We're gonna go all day about
this.
We
will, because I don't like that. You know what I'm saying?
Me personally, I think competitive cheering is a sport because you're there to compete against other cheerleaders. If you just cheerleading at a basketball game or football game, you just hyping the crowd up.
And see, that's the problem. That's why cheerleaders get discredited, and people be looking at us like, okay, well, they ain't that important. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
In high school, I hated my basketball and football team. First of all, I went to John Marshall. They asses lost every fucking thing for football season. You know what I'm saying? And how the fuck you gonna look down on us, nigga? At least we winning our cheer offs at halftime. Your ass got 0 to 38 on the board. You mad at us?
Was it really a cheer off though?
It was.
So y'all got like
we had rivals like.
So y'all was like 1-0 after the cheer off. y'all?
Legit, yeah. We was there. We was the Icettes.
Y'all had playoffs?
Ask about us. No.
Oh.
Neither did John Marshall. They didn't make it.
Oh.
So it didn't
See, I
matter.
can't relate. My high school football team was good. So
That's why I said Hollis
relate,
Springs was bomb. But
Yeah.
John Marshall, he was something. We won't winning though. I think we was like 0-2. Yeah,
I think my boy like 10-0.
We only, like we only won 2 games, and that was TJ. That was it. Out of every.
But that was y'all Super Bowl though.
Yeah, it was.
That's y'all Super
It
Bowl.
was. We used to be lit and ready.
Hey.
You know what I'm saying? But we got showed up one time with. We didn't know we was beefing with Whiff. We went over there to say hello, doing our little cute little hello cheer, and they was like fuck y'all whack, go back. You know what I'm saying? And we was like, wait a minute, bitch, we said hi. Like, you know what I'm saying? We looking at our coach like, you set us up. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, why you let us go? We need to come back. And she like, no, we're not doing that. You know what I'm saying? No, we just settle this right now, you know?
Yeah.
So I feel like it is a sport,
Understand.
you know,
I hear
anyway.
you.
But I know that it's one of them sports that wasn't really acknowledged, like I said, like you
That's
just dismissed
cheerleading
it.
is overlooked. Really,
Yeah,
overlooked, though.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? So, and I feel like baseball is one of them sports that's not really talked about as much as football and basketball. You know what I'm saying?
When baseball is the #1 sport and guaranteed money, like that's the crazy thing.
I heard that too.
Like,
Somebody else told me
People
that.
want their kids to go be these basketball stars and football stars, but that contract you sign for, that's not all guaranteed. You get injured, they can cut you. That's just, you know.
So how's baseball different?
Baseball, you get cut, you still getting that money. Like, that's guaranteed money. Like,
So why is it different though? It's still a sport that you're playing, and you can't play if you're injured.
I don't know. Me personally, football should be the highest paid sport. Like, they risk their life a different way. Like, it's a different way. Like, and so, like, but baseball, I mean, it's just like, I guess the injury severity, like, of it could be worse. Like, if you get hit with a fastball, 100-mile-per-hour fastball, you can lose your eye. Like, it can be, I guess that's what it is. Or, like, you hit the base wrong, you can twist your whole ankle. Like,
yeah.
So, I don't know.
Have you ever had a baseball injury?
Not growing up, but alright, so my last series with Claflin, my friend would never, like, he was not gonna let me let this down. We was in Flagler for a tournament, not a tournament, a weekend series, and he was pitching. It was his last game, like his senior year, and so we was in warm-ups, and I was diving for a ball. You know, just like, that's just the type of person
like sliding across the plate.
Yeah, like diving for a ball, and so like, that's the type of person I am. When I'm practicing, I'm gonna give it my all. So like, it's just like, it's nothing different from practicing the game to me. And so like, and we in warm ups, and it was balls I'm catching them, and then it was just this one ball I knew I can get to. So like, I'm testing, getting warm for the game, and ran for the ball and dove. And so like, when I was about to dive, I stopped myself because I knew I was gonna fall face first. I'm just like, nah. And so when I stopped, my momentum was so like forward, I had fell and rolled. And like, I landed on my shoulder and felt that, like, just, you know, like, to this day it's still a little lump there, like it popped. And I thought I was good. Yeah, I dislocated. And I thought I was good though, but I stood up and it was just like, it was like 100 pounds. And so I went back down. And like, even like, as soon as I got to the dugout, like, he let me hear it. Like, KB, that's his name. Like, he did not let up. Like, you getting injured from my last game? Like, I'm like, bro, you got, like, I meant to do it. Like, and to this day, he say,
so you couldn't play?
I couldn't play that whole weekend. Whole weekend. And I was so mad because, like, that field was like, it was a launch pad. Anything they hit was just going far. Like, and it was a good field. It was Florida, you know, it was just a good vibe. But like, it was the first game warm-ups, like, of the series. Dove and messed my shoulder up.
So I want to double back a little bit back to high school, right, for a second. So you said recruits and stuff came in to see y'all, but y'all weren't winning. So it is hope for teams who don't win that the kids can still get recruited for college, right?
Absolutely.
Is there anything you have to do as an individual to make that happen, or is it just they just come to all the games?
Well, they don't come to games. Let me tell you that. Now.
Okay.
Like, they not just going. Oh, I'm gonna go to high spring baseball game today. Like, that's just not something they're gonna do. Now there's Hanover versus Glenn. They might, just stumble upon. But like, if your team not good, you just got to be real with yourself. That's number one as an athlete. Like, if you know you're not a D1 caliber guy or a draft eligible guy out of high school, don't sell yourself like that. Because with one thing about baseball, it's gonna show. It's not like basketball. You can have a good night for a week and score 25 points. Or football, you can have a great game and just be the best person ever. Baseball, you got to hit that ball no matter what. You can, as a pitcher, if you sell yourself as a draft eligible guy, you throw a 99, then you get in front of a workout, you throw 75. like it's gonna show. Like that's one of them things. So like you gotta be real with yourself. Once you real with yourself, everything plays out. Cause like I think me personally, when I was in high school, I felt like I could be D1, but I know I can go to D2 and dominate. So when I sat right there and been real with myself, I stopped contacting them big D1 schools. I'm going to talk to all these D2, D3 schools now.
Do that feel like you like watering it down though? Like you supposed to reach for the D1, right?
I mean, yeah, you can reach for it, but you just gotta like I said, be real with yourself. Like, say for instance, you get that D1 offer that you was scrambling for, but you know you're going up there just to sit the bench. Like the coach telling you right now, face to face, like we is, like yeah, you can come here, but you're gonna sit the bench probably your first 2 years. We have a guy that's a junior, so he's gonna be here for another while. Then he also got an extra year, so he might come back for his extra year. So that could be potentially 3 years you can sit the bench when you could have went to this D2 and went crazy. 2 years you out there.
But you'll probably level your playing field for the pros.
Yep.
Okay, good strategy. I like that. I like that. So what is your goal with Overlook?
My goal with Overlook, I wanted to be everywhere. Like, I don't care where you at. I just want you to be like, oh, that's Overlook. Like, you can be in the mall, Overlook. Foot, like, I don't care where you at. I want you to be everywhere because, like, it's not just my vision. I'm speaking for everybody who felt Overlooked. Like, I want to develop.
Even with cheerleaders?
Even with cheerleaders.
All right,
like,
all right.
Everybody, I'm saying,
all right.
everybody. Like, I don't care. I don't care if you got a.
We're gonna have to get you a cheerleading team just because you feel like it wasn't a sport.
Like,
you know,
we could do that.
We're gonna have to do that.
But like, even you can work a corporate job for Bank of America. You feel like you want that manager job. You feel like that's your job, but they gave it to somebody else. You Overlooked. Like, I want that for everybody. Like, and I just wanted to be a thing where it's like, so with Nike, everybody know Nike is a sport thing. I want Overlook to be like, it's a mentor thing. Like, it's keep going, stay strong, and like keep going. It's the fight.
Overlook because I'm not invisible.
Exactly. Like,
that's
don't give up.
T-shirt.
That's a T-shirt. That's a T-shirt. Coming soon. That's a T-shirt. Yeah.
So, what pressures have you had in creating, executing, running Overlook? What pressures have you had?
The timing, and the support. Like, of course, like that's when like I really found out everybody wasn't for you. Cause when I first I was gonna drop shirts and all
8 different ones.
No, it was just 8 the same shirt.
Oh, okay.
And so like all my friends were like, hey, I want it. When I had them shirts, nobody would,
Hey.
Yeah, and so it was just like I'm not just gonna give it away because I know what it is. So and then like the thing is, but now a lot of them guys is trying to come back around, but it's just like nah, you ain't believing it then, don't try to come around now. So like it's.
So how does that make you feel? Because as like small black businesses and entrepreneurships and things of that nature, it's like we have a harder time as a whole proving ourselves. Like if you go walk in Walmart and trust what they got, no matter what it is, because you got it from Walmart. You know what I'm saying? But if they walk into Overlook the raw talent, then it's like, do I trust that raw talent can really execute a video? Do I trust that Overlooked ain't gonna overlook me? You know what I'm saying? And it's like you got to go through like a probationary period or something with people.
That right there, you got to just stay strong and keep going. Like what somebody don't like, somebody else love. But it's just like you said, like people trust it because of different things, or people feel entitled to discounts for some reason. Yeah, you're not gonna walk into a mirror and say, "Mirror, can I get these jeans 50% off?" But you're gonna come to me, a person you grew up with, and say, "Come on, bro, I know you for 5 years, but why?" Nah, like
and pick it apart.
Like you're not, nah. Like,
so, like,
and they would really sit right there and like critique everything that they really didn't want to say. Like, and it's crazy because you grew up with me all the time. Asking this shirt good, you like, yeah. But as soon as I say, "Oh, $50 shirt," it's just like. But bro, come on, but it's just I was with you when you made it. Like that don't mean nothing. Like,
right.
I've
had people with raw tees say like, "Oh, you charge this for a shirt, da da da," and some people like it's people that I really know. My response would be, "Go buy the materials." And once you see how much I paid,
come in here and
pick what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, once you see the process, then they be like, "Oh damn!" Like I see why you charge what you charge, and I think you should charge more. You know what I'm saying? And I be like, that's why I do what I do. I'm not trying to beat your head in. That's never my goal, but we all got to eat too. You know what I'm saying?
And I understood the business side of things because I took graphic design for tech in high school. And like when I started doing Virginia Credit Union business cards and flyers for events and stuff, I understood like it's a different, price range type stuff with doing stuff. Because like if you just, a regular person just making shirts and things, you can't just come out here and charge $80 a shirt.
Right.
Like, let's be real.
But if you doing something, if you got a track record, oh, I did flyers for Bank of America. All right, then you can, price it up.
But why it take that proof in order to get to that?
That's you gotta catch
worth,
people's eyes.
You know what I'm saying?
You gotta either have something catchy or something different. Like so.
Or longevity.
Yeah, that too.
You know?
So like, it just gotta be something different, something catchy, or like you said, longevity. Like.
So what should we be looking for involving Overlook now and 6 months from now? What we got cooking?
So Overlook, we just expanded to South Carolina.
Congratulations!
My homeboy KB, the same one who won't let me live by that.
Shout out to KB.
Yeah, him and Trey, Rod also. We started I think we're gonna do a 10 group down there. We're gonna start off with that, and within the next 6 months, we want to have that thing booming. We want to get as much kids as possible, all that good stuff. But up here in Richmond, I don't even know what's what. It's so much I got planned. I don't need,
I
wanted to happen.
So what age do you stop at?
Well, 18.
Oh, really?
18, yeah, about 18.
That's good.
Yeah, because you can still, that 18 range is about your senior year. So,
yeah.
About 18. But
awesome. A lot of leagues separate from school don't, you know what I'm saying, go that high.
A lot of leagues stop at 17. Why, I don't know, but, that's their preference. We at 19.
Anything you want to tell the people?
I don't know. I think I pretty much got everything. Shout out to everybody. Overlook coming soon to you. Hopefully Overlook be worldwide soon. We trying to have a team.
Yes, international.
We trying to have a team every state.
International.
We trying to do it big, but
I know that's right.
There's a lot we got going on. If you need any hosting for shows, hit me up.
Oh, you host the shows
yeah,
and stuff too? Okay, okay. Weatherman got a resume, coach.
That's my number one.
Coach.
I like that.
Host. Okay. We have to get on that. Y'all heard it here.
Telling you.
Hosting, coaching, teaching, mentoring.
April 1st, we got a big show. My mama dance team got a competition, 19 teams. My biggest show yet.
It's your show?
It's not my show, but biggest show I'm hosting.
Oh, okay.
And me and TP, we a duo, so it's the biggest one yet.
Oh, all right. What day was that?
I think it's April 1st.
April 1st.
High School.
Okay. Where the tickets? How can I get the tickets?
Get the tickets. I get back with you on that. And it's crazy. I'm a board member too with so that's the crazy thing. I don't know that. My mama gonna let me hear that.
Yeah, your sister too.
Yeah, her too.
They gonna be tighten up.
Soon, Hey, if you want to come over, try out. Hey, come hang with your favorite board member. We doing a lot of good things coming soon.
So where can the people find you?
Instagram is Keezy with 7 E's. Facebook, Keyon Smith.
Why 7 E's?
1 through 6 was taken. I'm just be honest.
Simple as that.
1 through 6 was taken. YouTube, follow me at Keezy. I do vlogs, do it all. I got a gaming channel. I'm all over the place.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you for coming.
Thanks for
All
having me.
right.
Those 2 I do.
Tink did not come to play with you hoes. I came to slay, bitch.